Hi.
How are you?
Doing well. You know, we should say bonjour, shouldn't we?
Bonjour.
Wait, can you?
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
That's what my French family would say.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry I don't have French family. But you know what? I do know people in France.
You do know people in France.
Okay, anyway, let's...
You know at least 2 people.
I know at least 2 people. But besides that, let's talk about what the people want to know. Why are we here today, Michael?
The French Open, baby.
We're here for the French Open.
Our predictions and then some.
You came up with, like the Virgo you are, just had to troubleshoot and come up with the best, easiest cocktail idea because we're 9 hours behind France, I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly, here in Los Angeles.
We are.
So it's hella early when we need to wake up for some of our faves, and we don't want to have to be like shaking and rolling the dice and doing all that, right?
Yeah, and you have to have this in the morning.
Right, it's a, what is it?
It's a mimosa.
Okay.
But with a twist.
With a twist, okay. So the twist is the power of freezing.
So you freeze orange juice overnight.
Okay, like we did here.
And then it's like really 80s, but I think nowadays they have the plastic ones.
They do have the plastic ones.
But yeah, you gotta scoop that in.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna... So we did put these out about 25 minutes ago, and unfortunately, barely ice cubes left. But hey, you know...
We're not going with the best, we're going with middle.
We're going with middle of the road.
This is a middle brand here, but you know, no cooks, no entrees.
Exactly.
But
you know, we don't have a sous chef, okay, or a sponsor either. It's a good point. Oh, hey,
but the pop
shalom,
is the
l'chaim.
The pop is the same.
Okay, so I'm gonna put 3 of these.
Tell me about these pretty glasses. Where are those yellow squares?
So. I went on a Tinder date to the National Geographic holiday party 4 years ago, and I got these glasses. I also won Best Dressed.
Wow.
I showed up there in this tight red tux ensemble and just took everyone's wig.
Wow.
Yeah, like I would. So thank you so much for pouring. It's literally a 2-step cocktail. If you want to be super fancy, hypothetically, you could stir it. You don't need to.
Yeah.
And I love that it bubbles a bit like this.
Yeah,
you know, just for the effect of it.
Sit here for like a minute or 2, and the orange juice dissolves, and
voila. And I mean, just so easy. I mean, we wake up at like, I'll speak for myself. I'll wake up at like 6 or 7 a.m. to watch the French Open.
I'll come from the bars.
You'll come from, there you go.
Like...
Exactly. And it's already breakfast time. We need our vitamin C to start off the day. Yes. Part of a nutritious breakfast. And look, we have mimosas already. So
easy.
Salud.
No, you don't say salud.
What do you say? I'm so sorry. What do you say?
Is it chantier? Chantier?
Girl, that's what RuPaul says.
That's not it. We have to look it up.
We're going to have to look this up later.
But cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers is universal. This
is like a legit mimosa. You know,
it's
it's literally a good mimosa.
I like it.
That was the quickest video we ever did. Okay, bye everyone. I'm just kidding. So
our prediction. I've honed in.
You honed in. Okay, so do you want to start with the men? It sounds like. So we are coming to you live, fresh from Alcaraz winning Madrid.
Yes,
right?
Go Alcaraz.
Go Alcaraz. He won Barcelona.
The future of tennis
is here. It's not even the future anymore, we can argue, right?
It's true, he's present. Present and future.
He is the present.
I think that's the words of Djokovic. The present and the future.
Right, yeah, absolutely. We are going to do 3 picks this time for front runners and then 1 dark horse to throw in there. I say it would be fun if you say your 3 front runners, I'll say mine as well. We might be aligned in this, but I don't think our dark horses are the same.
No, I think my top 3 for men's ATP would be Nadal, because he's king of clay.
Of course, the king.
Djokovic, number 1 player. He still made it to the finals.
Right.
And then Alcaraz, of course, he's on a great winning streak.
We're aligned. Yes. I think that,
same?
The same for the 3 front runners, and the odds makers also agree with us.
My notes?
I was not looking at your notes, girl. I don't need a copy from you. But I think that our front runners are, I mean, our dark horses are very different. So how about
RUNE.
You have Holger Vitas. What's his full name? Can you say his full name?
I don't know his
Holger Vitas something.
I just know it's RUNE, and he's cute.
Yeah, he is cute. He is not shy of controversy.
Really?
As you know, he has said some pretty inflammatory language on the court.
Oh, that's
actually.
fine. I swear to.
Okay. Wow. Well. You will just let anything pass for a cute twink, won't you?
No, that's right. You're right.
Cheers to that. Why RUNE? You tell me.
Well, he just won. Was Rome? Or did he win recently?
Girl, he didn't win Rome.
Wait,
he won a challenger, maybe.
He won something recently.
Yeah, and he won a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
No, he won the BMW title.
That's it. I knew he won
So he won a
something.
250.
Yeah.
That's fair.
250 is 250.
I will say he lost first round of qualifying.
And he's just cute. I just like him.
Okay, so he is your pick for sure.
And I watched him on, he had like other tennis stories, so I watched his backstory.
Okay, so
nice.
you like it. Cool.
Who's your girl's pick?
Well, I haven't even said my dark horse for the men's side yet.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
That's okay. It's okay.
I'm going to make another mimosa because it's very simple to make.
It is so easy to make. You can have several. And you're getting your vitamin C for the day. We're trying to bolster that immune system. My dark horse pick is MIOMIR KECMANOVIC.
Oh, he's cute. He's Hungarian?
He is Serbian.
Oh.
Yeah, but close in same continent, actually.
Oh, I thought he was Hungarian.
He's not. That's Vucevic.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah. So KECMANOVIC really rose to prominence this year, even though he's been a strong college player for a while.
Yeah.
He took Alcaraz to 3 sets in one of the most exciting matches of the Miami Open, arguably all year.
But he reached the quarters in Madrid, right?
Yes, he went far, I believe, in Madrid and then also in Belgrade. Beautiful. Great job. Testament to how wonderful the mimosas are, right?
It's the bubbly.
Mm-hmm. And I can see how enthralled you are by me picking MIOMIR KECMANOVIC.
That's a real dark horse, though.
That is a dark horse, but I think that he's really playing into form. And there's something about like when a player who is a college player, finally it clicks in on how to play on the Pro Tour. Nori is a great example of that. Kevin Anderson, R.I.P. his career. He did a great job. We love you. He just retired. We love you, Kevin Anderson. One of the biggest allies on tour for the gay community.
Oh. Okay.
So... and then Isner's another example of a player who,
college,
was able to transition well.
He's a new double specialist.
He's a new double specialist, yeah. So that is why I picked KECMANOVIC for my men's pick. Clock me here. We'll see.
Good luck.
We'll see.
Rune, where you at?
Mm-hmm.
Or Alcaraz?
Well, Rune is your dark horse, right?
Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Now, women. I get to go first for this one.
Go first. Ladies first. Thank
you. I am the lady between us. You are the tramp. Just kidding. Okay, so obviously, I'm going to say the world number 1, but I want you to pronounce her name for me. Can you pronounce...
I can't. I can't.
No. Give it your best shot.
SWIATEK.
That was a very close guess. SWIATEK.
Wait, what?
SWIATEK.
I can't do it.
It's okay. Iga Swiatek is unequivocally...
Yeah. She's probably top right now. That's my pick, too.
I would agree with you on that. And I think, I was getting very concerned by how much she was playing after seeing how Krejcikova crashed and burned from injury because she played so much. And, as someone who ruptured his elbow, I'm very sensitive to Krejcikova's injury right now since it's an elbow injury. She's defending 2,280 points at the French Open.
Do better.
It's more like schedule better. Schedule better. And this is just, can I get a close-up, please? I need to say something to these, to when younger players get these big spurts, we need to stop having them play every single tournament in singles and doubles, okay? If you are their coach, you are responsible for keeping...
I think it's part of them wanting to do it because they're young. They're like, oh, I'm vibrant, I'm energetic, I'm going to play.
And that's where the coach with experience should be like, I know you're not invulnerable to injury. Let's, reel it back a notch, right? When I watch this back, the Rome Open will have happened already. Yeah. If Alcaraz plays through the entire thing, I'm not going to be happy. I don't care that he has a Wednesday start. I don't think he should be playing Rome. He won Barcelona. He won Madrid. That's a lot of time on court. He needs to rest for the French Open.
Yeah, and find a girlfriend, date.
Right, exactly. Date, get another men's health fitness cover, whatever that was. Cue men's health fitness cover because, my goodness.
He's good.
He's a man, Maury. He's a man.
He's become a man.
He's become a man. Anyway, back to the women. I'm off my soapbox, so Swiatek is my number 1 choice.
Yes.
For sure. Then I would say my number 2 choice is going to be the current reigning champ of Madrid that just happened, which is Ons Jabeur.
Yeah, I have her too.
Oh my goodness, we are just so aligned this time. And I'll tell you why I pick Ons. I wasn't going to until the final, because in the first set of the final, it looked like she lost her head, which she's done in the past. She gets very passionate, she gets very vertutzt, as you'd say in Yiddish, very upset. And she was able to push through that
Yeah.
And she still won, and I feel like that was a mental break for her in the most positive respect.
I mean, for me, it's her drop shots.
Right.
Every time somebody does a drop shot on me, I was like, oh, you're on Jabor.
She is synonymous with drop shots. You are absolutely right.
And on clay, it's effective.
It's so effective. And it'll be 2 out of 3 for the women, so...
Wait, who's your third?
And so then, thank you, I appreciate that. So then my third is going to be the finalist, actually, at the French Open. I'm picking another American. So patriotic. I'm going to pick Pegula as one of my front runners. Oh. She's going to be a top 11 seed, so she counts as a front runner. She, for most of the Masters 1000s or like the premier tournaments, she has been in the quarterfinals or higher for them. So just from a consistency standpoint, which you need coming into the women's tour, I think she stands a very good chance of going far. And she has Venus's old coach still in her box, David Witt.
I chose Osaka as my third. Only because she likes the limelight. She loves the big stages.
Okay.
She always shows up at the big stages.
That's fair.
You know, she's had four titles already.
All on hard court, though.
But she loves the big stage.
I think that, like, based on the fact that she idolized Serena has 3 French Opens. Once she figures out how to move on clay, she's going to be the player to beat on that surface, just like with grass. So I agree with that.
Playing, she'll dominate, I think.
So then to confirm, your 3 are SWIATEK, Jabor, Osaka. Okay, and my 3 are SWIATEK, Jabor, Pegula.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Stay tuned.
Dark horse?
Dark horse. I'll go first this time. I'm going to pick Bianca Andreescu as my dark horse.
I did like her, but...
And I'll tell you why I'm picking her. She spent the last month at least training at Rafael Nadal's academy, specifically on the red clay that most simulates the French Open, with RNA pro coaches.
She did away with that, the armband.
Right.
The hairband.
Yeah, I think that she's moving into this new phase. She's taking clay very seriously. Yeah. Even though she only played a couple of matches in Madrid, I loved watching her. And I'm going to be interested to see her match versus Raducanu in a couple of days.
I want to see Sabalenka win.
So I would agree that is a dark horse, even though she's going to be a top 10 seed. It's still pretty far-fetched to say Sabalenka
I just want to hear the grunt. I love it. I'm there for the grunt.
You're there for the passion.
I'm there for every shot is go for it, 110%.
Is a screaming winner.
She doesn't hold back.
Okay, now, how are you feeling about her service?
Well, she always gets double fault. That's normal for her.
Yeah, but this year it's been a little extreme, right?
Okay. That's okay.
Okay.
She likes big stages too. I think she's one of those players that likes the limelight, and she doesn't shy away from it.
Well, to quote you, good luck. So those are our predictions. Let's transition into some tennis news.
Ooh.
The first piece of tennis news that you and I had a wonderful back and forth over text about, Serena Williams splitting from her coach Patrick Mouratoglou.
That was news.
Big news.
People followed it. Unfollowing
there was
social?
Twitter reports about when Serena and Venus both unfollowed Patrick. And as you know,
family affair.
Both Venus and Serena could step on me, therefore I'm totally on their side. And I also feel betrayed, and I am very mad at Patrick. How do you feel?
I'm not mad at him at all.
Okay.
I get it. You want a coach? You get a coach. And I think Halep is a good choice because she has a good chance of winning.
So I understand that,
That's
and my rational, intellectual brain gets why he would go with Halep. But as a sentimental individual, I just feel like for him to go with the winner of the 2019 Wimbledon final.
So who should he go with?
Anyone but Halep.
He don't want to go with the loser.
Okay, he could have convinced Badosa. He could have gone...
Well, she's happy with her coach because she's doing well.
I'm just saying...
You have to find someone that's not doing
Raducanu's free right now, and she is a rising star.
Before she fired her coach.
He can leave Halep and he can go to Raducanu because she actually has a higher net worth than Halep.
I know, but Halep's husband's really rich, so she didn't care.
That is fair. Halep's husband is a billionaire, I'm pretty sure.
He is.
You can bleep that out. I will say, though, that on some level, you need to take the business out of it, and there's a loyalty thing. Serena is such a loyal person, and she has
no beef with Halep. Does she? Oh, I don't know.
Sure, she doesn't have any beef with Halep. The thing about Serena is that she is such a queen and she is so regal that she isn't explicit with her beef, but from her body language and from how she handles people on court,
if the
you can
ice
tell
melts,
where she's
you just
at.
pour it into your
It's
glass.
just orange juice at that point. And I stand by Serena. There is an element of loyalty that needs to come with this, and I think that there's like only one active player right now that I would consider off limits. Patrick going with Azarenka.
Really, just her?
Yeah, I think that Patrick could have went with Azarenka. That would have been a great choice. Or could have went with...
No, Azarenka's not going to win. He wants a winner.
Azarenka was in the final of the U.S. Open just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but she's not going to win. He wants a winner.
I think that Azarenka is always a threat at any tournament.
And she lives in Florida, and she doesn't live in Europe.
Where does Serena live? Florida.
You're right, I forgot.
Okay, well, I think that concludes this segment. Feel free to comment in the comments. Do you agree with me?
What do you think?
What do you think? Let us know in the comments. And I'm #Team Williams Sisters forever.
I am too, but not in this instance.
You're using your intellectual brain. I get it. That's fine. Soulless, but it's okay. Anyway, the next piece of news is actually what I alluded to before, is that we have this week, and, you know, we're going to be... Like, this is going to come out after the fact. Yeah. But we have the 2 one-time winners of the U.S. Open from 2019 and 2021 playing each other in the first round of the Italian Open. It's one of the most popcorn matches, I would argue, of the year for a first-round match.
I don't think Emma's going to do well.
So you don't think Emma's... She made the quarters of Stuttgart.
When I watch her play, there's not a strength to her game.
That's really interesting.
There's not a dominance to her game, and I want to see that.
I'm really not intending to be so counterpoint with you, but I actually was more concerned about Emma on the hard courts, but seeing her on clay, I'm feeling like really inspired, to be honest with you. I do agree, though, in the sense of who's going to win the match from a prediction standpoint. Yeah. My money's on Andreescu.
Yeah, that's my
right. But the way in which she's been taking so many balls in the air, the way in which she's been coming to the net so much, there's a level of confidence I'm seeing in her game, handling the just vicious British press so well.
Yeah, no, poor girl.
She's dealing with so much. And a message to the British press, leave Emma alone. Thank you. Do you have anything else to comment on this or on either of those two?
I think she's still developing her game. Mm-hmm. I think she still needs to have a little more strength behind her shots.
Right.
Because she's hitting the ball, but it's not hitting it with power and with not aggressive enough, for me.
For you. Okay, but your level of aggressive is Sabalenka.
Yeah,
so that's where your bar is.
Sabalenka or Sakari has aggressive shots.
Right. And this applies to our own personal game styles as well. Correct. Because you are a very aggressive power player, and I am Caroline Wozniacki on the court.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive.
And I think defense is the best offense. So, you know, that could also explain our differences here. Yeah. Now, to switch to the men's side, there is a big comeback, finally. As someone who came back from injury myself, I'm so happy to see Team back on court.
He looks good.
Yeah, he does look good.
He lost the headband. Hair's back to normal.
Hair is back to normal, yes.
Natural color.
He's not doing the NSYNC look, right? Or boy band.
Still very hot.
Still very hot. Now, question for you.
Game-wise, not as hot, but...
Right, but question for you is... When he left the game at the top of the game, winning, the U.S. Open was really the last time we saw him. There was the thought that he would win at least a couple more majors. Yes. He's entering into a new zeitgeist. Like, it is a new spirit of the times.
Crazy. The guys are crazy right now.
Do you think that in the next decade he will win another major or no?
Well, decade, yes. I think in the next couple of years he will.
You do? You think he's going to play his way back into form?
I think he needs to build a new confidence level back up again, and that's it. He has a game already.
I would agree with you, and I would cite Wawrinka as an example of a player who you can never count out. Wawrinka won 3 majors. I would argue after Wawrinka won his first major, he still wasn't considered a threat again and again. So let's definitely watch Team, and I think we're aligned that he could easily win another major once he gets that confidence back and once the wrist is totally healthy. Okay, so then to transition from there, we have seen this big uptick in American players doing super well on both sides. Do you feel like an American will win a major in the next 2 years?
I don't think 2 years, but the top ones that I like is Korda.
Yes, okay.
And I love Fritz, and then Cressy is creeping
Those are your
there.
top 3.
Top 3.
Cool. I have a different top 3 for me.
Kieran's.
I would agree with you that Korda is probably top of the list, right? Especially seeing his confidence from barely losing to Rafa at Indian Wells. Like, that's a catalyst for him moving forward. I think Riley Opelka cannot be counted out. I'm sorry. I 100% think that he is a threat for a major. He is the best mover that we've seen at his height. Opelka is a good mover, and I will fight people for that. And then my third...
Now the bubbly's got to his head.
Honey, cheers to that. Now, my third pick is actually going to be Tommy Paul.
I like him.
Tommy Paul is really playing into form. Yeah. He's playing very confident.
He has good shirtless pictures.
He does have those. Have you seen the ones with his girlfriend?
No, not his girlfriend, but I've seen his solo ones.
Okay, well...
That's more important.
Of course. In regards to his tennis, though, I think he's one of the most nimble players on tour.
Yeah. You know what I feel like? When I watch him, he's not, like, really into it. He's just, like, so casual.
That's
like,
his persona, though. He's very bro-y.
So that's why I feel like you have to have a different mentality to win.
I still think he's a competitor, though, at the end of the day. So... He is someone who I think is, from the men's side, top 3 American. Do you feel like Danielle Collins was injured in the Australian Open? It's important to note she wasn't sitting down at changeovers, starting from the quarterfinals because her lower back was so hurt. She still took Barty to a tiebreaker, but we saw the toll that a lot of the women deal with for being a first-time finalist and playing that much tennis.
No, the U.S. women's one, it's hard to say.
There's a lot of women that are up there.
So many options. Pegula's been consistent.
Keys made the semifinals of Australia and can easily put the pieces.
Well recently, come on.
Right, but she had that run from January to February where she was. Yeah. Another big choice and a close second for me for being a dark horse was Anna Samova, actually.
Yeah. Oh, she's playing really good.
Anna Samova is definitely someone who we should be watching.
If she breaks like the top 10, this girl will be the next Anna Kournikova.
Right, but hopefully winning a singles major.
Yeah. But she will win. If she breaks that, she'll win a singles major.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think it's important to note, just to set the record straight about Anna Kournikova, not to turn back time too much, to quote Cher.
If I could turn
back time. It's important to put respect on Anna Kournikova's name. She was dealing...
she's good.
She's very good.
Doubles.
And a lot of people don't know the foot injury she was dealing with for the majority of her career, yet she's kind of ridiculed as being all pretty, no talent. She is extremely talented. She has a wonderful career that she should be proud of. And
she's always good.
Right, and people need to pop off.
Yeah, she has doubles titles like nobody else.
Totally, and I mean, her singles career was hampered by significant foot injuries at the end of the day. Sorry, that was a tangent. I apologize,
What's wrong with him? Bubbly is really
just need to put some respect on her name. She has beautiful German Shepherds as well.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Amanda would be boom, fire if she were just to win one.
Right, so we have Pegula, we have Anna Samova, we have Keys, we have Coco Gauff.
I really need her to break through.
She's basically broken through, but I understand.
When you break through, you want a major. That's when you broke through.
I mean, it's coming. There's no question in my mind. It's coming. What's so funny?
You said coming.
Cut!
I really want her to win something really major.
I want her to win something too, and I think she will.
And I heard people are saying she should switch her coaching, really switch.
That's drama. I mean, there are some super coaches out there.
Choreograph, maybe.
Wait,
her
dad's name is Corey. Yeah, I think that her coaching box is fine, in my opinion. I don't have an issue with it.
I think at some point you need to switch it so you could get to the next level. Because she's reached the peak with her dad, and now she needs a different level.
I mean, I think that it could easily be a consultant that helps her get there, and she's still very family.
She has Patrick as a consultant.
She's family oriented at the end of the day, and I think that's an anchor for her. So I disagree. Again. This is just such an acrimonious episode. I apologize, but I just think it's important for each of us to speak our truths, right? Yeah. I am mourning the loss of my all-time favorite ATP crush. I don't talk about my ATP crushes that much on here. This man
Songa?
Okay, please don't blow up my spot right now. I was going to give him this beautiful intro. So, when I was in college, in my dorm room, I had one tennis player's picture on my wall.
Really?
And it was Joe Wilfried Tsonga's...
Not like Nadal?
No. It was Joe Wilfried Tsonga's Cosmo UK nude cover. So he... Of course, it's not fully frontal, right? Oh. But he had this... It's either a cover or a spread. No, I'm respectful. I am respectful of his wife and his children. But this picture of him... He was called Les Muscles for a reason. Is
that French for something?
I think it's French for the muscle. I'm pretty sure. It's called Les Muscles. And from that moment, I think it was like an 08 or 09 spread when he was like really making the semis and
they
stuff.
They all did that.
Fanini did it. That's when we learned he had a leprechaun tattoo on his butt.
Yeah.
Let's see. Berdych. No, but
Berdych is a hot one.
Berdych was great. Wawrinka did it. Yeah. Serena did the ESPN body issue. She didn't do Cosmo UK. But nonetheless, Tsonga is retiring. He announced at the French Open.
Well, Monfils too.
Monfils has never said he's retiring.
Oh.
Don't try to make fake news on my show.
Oh, I'm sorry. No fake news. Try. Just kidding. Clijsters is retiring again.
Clijsters announced that she can't do it.
Yeah, that was sad.
But anyway, back to my man. What are your thoughts on Tsonga's career?
Unfortunately, all these players came up in the time of the top three.
I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Like, unfortunately, they'll never go down in history of winning a title. And that sucks. Yeah, they're great players.
Yeah, we're totally aligned. If he was in any other era, even if he 10 years ago was in this current era with the big three being older, he would be.
He might have crept through.
Right, and he only made one final. He made a couple of semis, but it's important to note who he was dealing with.
Yeah,
and if you take a look at like who beats him at most of the majors, it's the big three or it's Berdych. Who's arguably the most robbed player of that era.
I felt bad for Berdych.
Berdych so really suffered, especially under Federer.
Yeah, he's so sexy.
Yes, he is. But he's also a great tennis player, too.
Sexy, too.
He's sexy as well. I would agree. He was sexy first and then a great tennis player second. Thank you, Tomas Berdych.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the same thing goes for like a Dimitrov.
A whole bunch of the players,
anyone who's born from like around my year of birth.
Played in the last 10 years, and unfortunately for them,
I'm born in 91, and I feel like anyone that's born.
You're old.
I know. I'm no longer a twink. Now she's a twunk. But I feel like anyone who's like born from like 88 basically to like 93 had to deal with the Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, Murray. I would put in there as well. Murray beat most of them,
and he got. Was it 3, 4?
He got 3, and then Wawrinka got 3 as well, but for whatever reason isn't considered in the big 4.
Well, because what's his name? Also got the Olympic.
He has 2 Olympics, and also from a Masters standpoint, he has so many more Masters titles. I understand why. I'm just saying that Wawrinka won 3 majors.
Yeah. No, I mean, unfortunately, all these players that are playing now are a little bit more chance to win a title.
Yes.
But still, they don't have it. Like, look at how many people have won in the last 5 years.
Totally.
Outside of it.
Yeah.
Not many.
I agree. I only have one other thing to discuss in regards to tennis news. And not to get too political, Wimbledon announced that they are planning on probably banning players from Belarus and from Russia as a result of the unconscionable assault on Ukraine.
Yes.
Now, do you feel like the players should be punished for the country's atrocities?
I do not think they should be, only because it's such a small, minute group, and they don't play for the country. If it was for the Olympics, yes, they play for the country.
Right.
So they don't play for the country technically, but they have of course they...
I understand what you're saying. It's like a solo sport. I mean, they're still playing for the federation. I agree with you in the sense of, like, there has to be a better way to do this. Like, I agree with holding the countries accountable and making... like putting pressure on the countries to stop what they're doing and stop the human rights.
But tennis is not going to make it.
But sport does have a high position. So there's a couple of things that I was thinking that could be done. One of which is prize money. Like, they can still play, but prize money could be deprived.
Or they could say it's donated to something else.
Right. Or it could be like your prize money that you win is going to end up being donated to aid.
That's a good
so that
idea.
Raises awareness. They could even do something where like all prize money, a percentage is like taxed as well, but like for the Russian, Belarusian players, it's all of it.
You should write the Wimbledon.
Well, what is this YouTube video?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
Lawn Tennis Association. Old English Club, whatever.
That's a good idea.
I think, like, honestly, that's, like, it would raise a lot more awareness, and I think that the Russian and Belarusian players, for the most part, I would imagine, would get on board with, you know, being supportive of it.
I think most people do not want the war, so.
Of course, yeah. But like Marta Kostyuk, oh my goodness. And then you just get cold orange juice, freshly cold orange juice. I just love how you're pouring it, too. I do think it's important to note that Kostyuk Ukrainian player, did flag that, like, while some Russian players have spoken vaguely about not supporting the war, behind the scenes they haven't, like, she's had some complaints with support, which is why I think the ITF and, like, the actual tennis institutions need to take a bigger stance towards being unequivocal in their stance, while also not, like, I don't agree with banning the Belarusian and the Russian players. There's a better way to go about it, or a more constructive way. It's also a slippery slope if you take a look at other countries and human rights violations.
Or whatever.
Or, like, I mean, you can go down and take a look at every first world country's imperialistic policies and have a lot of issues with it.
We're getting too deep.
Honey, we're going to go on back.
We're getting too deep. Bye.
Bye. Okay, needless to say, you're absolutely right. But I'm sorry. I'm not
a politician.
It's 2022. And we can't ignore this kind of thing.
I do agree the war should not be happening.
Mm-hmm. Now, we have to talk about one more topic then, right? Yes. I feel like, we can't end on that note. So, is there anything that you want to talk about, or should I pull something out of my ass right now?
Pull it out of your
Just gonna reach right in there. Okay, so let's talk about.
What's burning in your mind?
I was
burning in his mind.
Literally about to bring up the Peng Shuai controversy, but I feel like that's also political, and we unequivocally want to know where Peng Shuai is and support Peng Shuai, right? But it does raise the question. This is where I will go. The WTA Finals doesn't have a home right now.
They didn't find one yet.
Right, and it's likely that it won't be in China. But if you could pick any place for the WTA Finals to be, where would it be and why?
Well, it should be in the U.S.
Okay, you think it should be in the U.S.?
U.S. of A. Like, why not have it here? There's a big fan base here. Mm-hmm. If they want to sell tickets and they want viewership, then the U.S. is the place.
Do you know where I think... Do you know what country doesn't have enough tennis tournaments? The United States, right?
We don't have a lot, though, actually. The women's?
Yes, we do.
There's probably like 10 predominant ones.
And how many are there in most other countries?
Well, what country are you thinking?
Okay, based on how every single day of the women's final sold out in Guadalajara.
So I was gonna say Guadalajara only because Gay Games is gonna be there.
Gay Games will be there, but
half of Gay Games will be there.
I haven't seen even tournaments like the tournament in the Bay, right? The Bank of the West Classic sold out every single day, like the WTA Finals did in Guadalajara. Yeah. So my choice would be Guadalajara. Also, the attendance at the Colombia tournament, and you've been to Colombia and you loved Colombia. I would have picked Latin America as my choice for the WTA Finals.
I think they want to go where viewership is and money is.
But they did so well. They did so well in Mexico, though.
No, but they want money. Everything comes down to money.
Okay, so if it's not the United States, then, and I'll accept.
Maybe Canada. Canada's not hosted it.
Right. I think that would be really fun. It would have to be an indoor final, though, since we're dealing with the winter. But
and that's probably an issue too.
I mean, they have had indoor finals in the past. Like in Istanbul, it was an indoor final.
WTA
or Singapore.
Carson's right here is okay.
Oh wow!
We'll be there.
Would love
Carson.
that.
That's a good court.
And then maybe we can invite Sabalenka on the show, and she can do it.
Okay.
Cheers to that.
Carson's. I vote for Carson.
Okay, I'm right there with you. And you know what? I think with that, this was a great episode. We'll see you for Wimbledon.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Salut.
I don't think that's French. Can we figure out what it is? How do you say it? I think it's Santé or Chanté.
Chanté is what RuPaul says.
But it's the same thing.
How to say cheers in French.
Yeah, or salut.
How to give a toast in French. Oh, wow.
See? I was right.
You said santé.
Yes, santé.
Yeah, she was correct. I stand...
Incorrect.
Corrected.
Incorrected.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
Hey,
you said incorrect.
I stand incorrect. Yeah. And I can own that.